going on? What's up,
Control.
What's up, Michael? I'm not sure who food is.
All right, what's going on? What are we doing? What time is it? What day is it?
What time is it? It's 10:37 over here in Texas, man.
This is, mate.
20 to 5 in England.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I only think in American time, man. It's kind of hard not to, man.
Yeah, we were on a call, and Richie said that you were on, so we thought we'd jump on and come and say hello to everyone and drink some Red Bull.
Who's in here? Who are you? Food? I can't tell who you are.
Nietzsche's is you, isn't it? So your Nietzsche's be crazy.
Yeah.
Nietzsche, me.
What's it called? We're getting a little back somewhere. I'm not sure where.
What's it about? Marketing. Talking marketing.
Oh no, man! I just wanted to hop on here, man. Like I said, I'm just building up a channel. I figured I'd come on here. Last time I did this, I didn't give any warning, and then a couple people wanted to join, so I figured I'd just pop it on here, you know. So,
what's the agenda then? What's the topic?
I had nothing, to be honest. No, man, I just wanted to come on here and see what people were up to, what they're doing with their business, what kind of things are bringing your money, what kind of things are, you know, what kind of challenges they're having. But you guys don't seem to have too many, I don't think.
One challenge is lifestyle.
Lifestyle?
Yeah. Sitting on his computer, eating too much, smoking too much, drinking too much Red Bull.
I tell you what, man, I had to tone it down, man. A little while ago, I went to the hospital having a panic attack. So gotta have your health in check, man. I've been doing one thing I've been doing is I started off doing 20 push-ups per day, and you know, even if you don't do nothing, because you know, you sit at home, you don't do anything. You know, you do this marketing stuff, and then you just
turn into a fat ass.
Yeah. Basically, man, I'm like at 260 pounds. I used to be at like 230, 225 or so, and even lower than that, man. I was like, that wasn't that long ago, you know. At the start of this year, man, I tore my calf muscle 3 fucking times, man. 3 times I tore it. I was playing basketball, and then I got up too fast once, tore it again, and then I tore it playing basketball. I tore it again, just getting up, and then another time going to the door. Like, I finally took it easy and just like, I don't know, I had to take it easier than usual, you know. So it's like, dang, 35 now. It's not the same, dude. I used to play basketball when I was 17, 18 years old, and shoot, man, I play on sprained ankles, you know, whatever, man. It didn't matter. I played every day, and yeah.
I used to enjoy playing basketball when I was young. Do you know what? I don't even think I could pick a basketball up now.
I'm gonna attempt to play again. I got so my girl's gonna go do something with some girls, some of her girlfriends on Saturday. So I figured I'd go over to my buddy's house, maybe play a little basketball, and not go crazy, and then probably do some gaming. Haven't done that in a while. Kind of like a guys' night kind of thing. You gotta do that stuff. But,
have you ever played the Oculus Rift?
Have I ever played what? I'm sorry.
Oculus Rift.
You know, I've heard of it. I actually have a Samsung VR or whatever. It was cool for a little while, but I haven't really. I played a couple games on there, but it's kind of crazy. You know, it's kind of crazy to wear that thing. I've heard great things about
Oculus is out of this world. I've got one, but I know if I set it up, I won't do any work.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, man.
Shooting games, you're in the game. Amazing.
What's that?
When you're playing a shooting game, you're actually in the game, man, with proper guns, and you're like, pow, 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 pow. You know, it's just madness, man. Good fun.
That's awesome, man. That's good. I'm gonna have to do it, man. What's it called? Yeah, just how much does the Oculus cost? I don't even know.
I think it's $600, $550.
Oh, that's not that bad.
And then you've got the touch controls, which are $250, and then you need a good PC. It's like high-end VR, but oh, mate, it's just out of this world. Yeah, good fun.
So, Michael, if you're comfortable talking about it, is there any other word on your launch?
No, it's not ready yet.
Right, just check it.
Yeah, I'm getting there with it.
I know it's a little hush whatever, but what's up? Cool.
Been working on it today. We were was at Richie's event over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw pictures. I haven't seen too much of it yet. I'll be honest. I've been doing my own thing, but it looked like it was a pretty good turnout, man.
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was good. It was good. It was interesting and a big range of content, a big range of sort of marketers. So you had to really aware that there were people there, like from newbies to people doing 7 figures a year. So to try and make sure there was something there for everyone was pretty good. So we just taught the front end on day 1 and the back end on day 2. So the whole funnel, you know, and yeah, it went really well. Nerve-wracking, really nervous, like, because it's scary when there's people there and they paid to come and hear you speak. And you know, it's responsibility and stuff, but it went really well. Went really well. So we can do. Thanks, mate. Yeah. So, but it was a lot of work, a lot of planning. You don't make any money out of it. Honestly, we didn't.
First events I've been to where I actually learned something, and that's the truth. I've been to all of them, and even I learned bits and bobs in there. I was buzzing with it, man.
I've only been to
awesome.
once. That's it.
Andy blew me away with his knowledge, man. Honestly, I just couldn't believe just how much he knew. And then when Richie got on and done his back end, he's teaching like the webinar and all that. The pair of them, man, I've just got so much knowledge. The people in that room were just the amount of value that they got at that event was just insane, man.
Yeah,
thanks, man. It's amazing though, isn't it? Because you only know what you know, and you don't. We've all got our own stories and journeys and stuff, and sometimes I think you just assume that everyone else has got the same knowledge as you. So like when you know, or had the same experience, and when you sort of do an event like that, there were times where I thought, is this going to be of value or not? And like people were sort of like didn't have a clue about that. So that was rewarding. But even there were people, experienced marketers, who got like it was a refresher for them, or you know, like I went through like an app form, for example, explaining the psychology behind it and high ticket sales and stuff. And it was awesome, man. Just it was rewarding. Like just at the end of it, people saying thank you. You know, that was for me. That was amazing. You know, it was good.
No, that's awesome. And those events, man, I was a little weird about it at first because, you know, like I went to the Word, and that's the only one I've been to, so that's the only point of reference I had. And
how was that?
It was fun, man. I mean, it's not every day you see. Well, at least for me, right? I know y'all kind of fly around a little more than I do, right? But I haven't really met it. The only other person I met that was in the IM was Robbins, and that was because he's here in Texas. Like we met up at a bar. And it was actually like a English kind of pub or whatever.
I've been to Texas.
What's that?
Been to Texas.
Yeah, I have as well. Yeah.
I went to WrestleMania 32 there last year. Yeah.
That's cool. What's it called? A lot of drinking.
Yeah, you've got a few good marketers in Texas.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. I know
Justin Anderson, Shane Brooks.
Awesome. Oh yeah. No, he's on my wall. You know how it is, man. You got a million or thousands of people that are your friends or whatever, but you really only
circulate with a few. Yeah.
It's weird meeting face to face sometimes, man. It's really weird, especially if like you've been working with someone for a long time. Like some people, like at that event, I'd known 4 years and met them for the first time in the flesh, and it was just like, oh, you're real, you know? And it's really odd. Really odd, but it's good fun though, and it's like I've been working with Andy for 2 years. It's only the third time I met him face to face.
Yeah,
like crazy, you know. But
but yeah, I met up at that one. I met some really cool people, man. It's just different, man. Because like I talk to this marketing stuff to my family sometimes, but they don't give a shit. You know, they really don't care about this stuff as much. Like my girlfriend, she'll smile and be supportive and stuff, but she's like, you know,
that's why you should try and get on a group and a couple of years mastermind every week, and you know, because it's good to at least once a week talk to other people who do what you do. It keeps your knowledge expanding, man.
That's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing here. I was like,
well, that's what we did at the event. We paired everyone up with accountability partners because we didn't want it to be a pitch fest. You know, we didn't want to pitch anything. We just wanted people to come, like, learn, and then film it and just gain value from it. Because, you know, with it being a first event, you want it to go well. And I didn't want it to be just, because I'm known as the high ticket guy, especially. I didn't want, do you know what I mean? Didn't want that to sort of, you know, be associated with that. So what we did is I said, look, you know, a lot of people can't afford coaching. I'm not saying that you can't afford coaching or anything like that, but if you don't have a coach and you do want one and you just don't, you know, not in a position, what we'll do is we've been watching all of you, me and Andy, for the past 2 days, and we've chosen an accountability partner. So what we want you to do is stand up. We're going to pay you up, and I want you to meet every single week, just on Skype, same time every week for 10 minutes, and tell the other person 3 goals that you want to achieve by the following week, and then do that every week, okay, for the next 6 months, and then you have a reflect and project session. So it's just like to hold each other accountable, you know, not to coach each other, but just if you've got that accountability, then it pushes you. So I think that went really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing, right? A lot of these people, they know what to do, just they fucking don't do it. You know, like I got some friends I'm doing that with. Like I didn't even have. I'll be honest, I didn't have any monetization behind it or anything. I was just like, you know what? I just want to, like y'all said, accountability is huge, biggest thing holding me back. Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. I got a couple of friends that we meet up like every week, or at least we've been trying to, at least on Wednesday. It's Wednesdays or Thursday, and it's been like, you know, hey, you know, what are you working on? What it could be a little bit better, but just that little camaraderie and that, you know, just being like, hey, are you gonna finally? Because I got one buddy of mine, and he you know this all too well. Like it's all ideas, and I'm just like, ideas ain't shit. You know, like they say here over here in the U.S. I don't know. I want to say it's a Southern saying, but it's like ideas are like assholes. Everyone's got one. They all stink. Like
Chris Simmons said that the other day. But the thing to make it work, it'll only work if you give each other calls to action.
Yeah.
Like you have to come up with a call to action rather than, oh, I'm going to work on my finances, or I'm going to come up with, you know, I'm working on my blog. You know, no, you're not. That's an excuse. You know, what you're actually going to achieve, get a buy button up by this time next week at least, and sales copy. Right, get it done. Stop being a pussy and just get your stuff out there. And, you know, or something like that. I got a bit caught up then, but yeah, it's got to be calls to action. Otherwise, it won't work. And I've noticed it's a confidence thing with people. It is, you know. I've spoken to people over the weekend. They've been doing it longer than me, and they just haven't taken action yet because they don't believe that their knowledge is valuable enough to put out there, which is really interesting, isn't it?
Surprised me with that. You had the Facebook ad guy there.
Yeah, Richard Conduit.
Richard Conduit, and he's done a presentation, and he does. He's got an ad agency that does $500,000 a month in ad spend for the clients, and he went through all of it, man. I mean, that talk in itself was just priceless. Man.
He's amazing, isn't he?
The amount of stuff I learned off that guy.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
And, what's his name? I'm sorry.
His name is Richard Conduit, and me and Andy know about Facebook ads, but it's not really our thing. Like we can teach Facebook ads, and we were talking to had to teach sort of a different traffic method one week for our coaching clients, and I said, well, I'm friends with Richard Conduit. Shall I just ask him because he's a Facebook ad expert, you know? And I asked Andy, and he said, yeah. And he came on, and he just blew us away on this coaching session. And then I said to him, will you come and speak at our event? You know, it's just obviously he's the only other person that spoke at our event, and it was a major draw, you know, because that's where people really struggle with Facebook ads and pixels and trying to find out the best target. But he gave everything away. I
lost in the last 8 months. I was running retargeting ads, and on the last month I started testing it because I thought I just want to see just how much is coming from like me retargeting, how much is coming from my list. Yeah, and do you know what? Like something like 2 sales were coming from retargeting. I've been spending like $1,000 a month on ads for 8 months.
Really?
Yeah. And when Richard done his talk, man, I made 2 pages of notes, man. Yeah. That was massive for me, man.
Just interesting though, man. Like because he was sort of talking about getting them targeted and then indoctrinated, and then you know, like and then a front end customer. And a lot of people that I speak to don't do it that way. They go Facebook ad, direct to webinar, direct to high ticket. And it's just not the way to do it because they're not indoctrinated and they only convert at 20%. If they're if they have a tripwire, like they're a buyer, they'll convert at 80% when they eventually get to the back end. So that's like loads of research I did last year. So it was interesting, really interesting. Waffling now, sorry.
I still haven't ventured out to Facebook ads myself. Whatever I've done has been kind of bullshit. I'm doing a little bit. I've done a little bit for a local client. It's just been kind of like an outsource thing, to be honest. But I need to do it myself, to be honest. But that was kind of cool. I got my first local client, so that's kind of cool. Still
That's
kind of
good, man.
Still kind of working with that. That's still kind of new to me. It was just kind of like a lead gen kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then I had one guy not come through, so maybe it was like, oh shit. So
Yeah.
working on it. Luckily, it's somebody that's pretty flexible, whatever. But you're only gonna get better by doing it. You know, it's better to have the client to lose than to not have any fucking clients at all. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, man, and it's just like just outsource it, Steve. That's what I do. I just outsource it. Let someone else deal with it. And just give them a budget.
Use a proper theme like mine.
oh,
It's been established for 3 years. 125 5-star reviews from customers 3 years later. Yeah.
Yeah. I just closed a client doing that. Actually, I spent $160 in ad spend on a local personal trainer, and he just locked down 2 clients at $1,500 a pop.
nice.
Pretty cool. So I locked them down, and now that's $1,500 coming in for me every month.
That's nice, man. That's awesome.
Don't
Just scale that, dude. Scale that and replicate.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of car dealerships and stuff, but like stuff like car dealerships and like anything that's not like an actual service or a necessity, it's really hard to get results because nobody needs a brand new car, you know. They just want it, or they just think it's cool. So that getting that really has to do with their sales processes and their back end. If their sales team sucks, no matter how many leads I send, if their sales manager can't close, then it makes no difference, you know.
Yeah, so, that's like saying that's a really interesting point, because a lot of people like say, oh, I can't get good traffic. Like the biggest problem I have is traffic, and it's not traffic, it's conversions in your stuff. That's where you're struggling with, and that's the same thing, isn't it? That's a really good point, mate. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, because I had this one dealership actually. I was talking to Phil about it not too long ago, and like he ripped me a new asshole, dude. Like straight up ripped me a new one. Now, mind you, I sent him about 5,000 hits. All right, I got him about 2,200 subs, so and I was converting, right? Out of that, they couldn't sell a car to save their life. So I sat down and I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, show me what you're fucking doing. They showed me, and these guys could, like, I sold cars that's how I paid for my college education. Like, I sold cars, so I know how to close people and sell cars. So they weren't collecting their email, even though I got leads through email. When the customer comes in, collect an email for those people that come in. You know, they weren't doing any follow up. They had no kind of autoresponder. They were handing out leads to their salespeople, expecting the salespeople to make the calls. They would call 1 or 2 ups, and that was it.
But they still blame you, though, didn't they? They still blame you.
It makes you wonder how businesses make money sometimes, man. I've seen some.
But that's like the push button thing, though, isn't it? It's the push button thing, isn't it? If I just throw some money at that, everything will be better.
Get a few leads at it one time, and you think it works then forever, and you just throw everything at it.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting with the Facebook ads, though. It's like bought training off Kevin Fahy, and then stuck it on my hard drive. Yeah, thought I'll look at that when I need it. About a year later, I looked at it, and Facebook completely changed, man. Nothing was where it said it was going to be, and I was like, oh my god. And it's just, forget it. It's just outsourcing.
Facebook, I'm talking about 24/7 because stuff changes like this. Like right now, like 2 days ago, I got an announcement from them saying that they don't want countdown timers. So if a landing page has a countdown timer, they're going to slap you. Yeah. So it's like people are running countdown timers, you know, and now you're going to get slapped for it. If you're not keeping up with them, it's crazy, man. Like they changed literally in a week. Everything's flipped upside down.
Yeah. Like Richard was saying, even a full stop, it resets itself. Like even the full stop, like
that was the retarget pixel. Yeah,
was it? That was it. Yeah. That's interesting.
It was on that data or something.
Yeah. Oh, that killed it, didn't it? No. So how you gonna scale your business now? Then what's the next plan? From like, was it 150 for the lead, cost per lead, and then 1,500 return? What's next?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him. Word of mouth is the best.
You're keeping it local then?
Yeah. This is a strictly local for him. This is a guy I used to know when I lived up in Jersey. But he's from New York. I'm down in North Carolina now, so I'm south of like 8 hours away. So I deliver results for him. Now I got 4 people lined up that are people that are personal trainers like him that work for a gym that are trying to leave the gym. So it's a really specific niche. It's people that already have certifications in personal training, but they work for a gym instead of themselves. So now they can actually start on their own and just pay for time at the gym and train their own customers, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start.
I've been to South Carolina.
What was that?
That's your input, is it?
I've been to South Carolina. Not no. Been to South.
Hey, John, what was I gonna say? Damn, I had something real smart, and then I had a total brain fart.
Sprain my ankle in the gym. That's what Uncle Phil was going to say, mate.
What I was going to say is, what all is included with this $1,500 package? Is it just delivering the leads, or is there like do you set up anything else?
It depends on a customer basis. For me, it includes setting up the funnel, the landing page, depending on how intricate it is. If it's something that requires a quiz and everything like that, then that's a charge. That's $1,000. If anything that has to do with a quiz, that shit's a mission because I got to outsource coding, you know? So that's a G. But if it's something simple like a landing page to a Calendly, you know, just to capture the leads and then sign them up straight into an appointment, that's included. And then all you do is you run ads. The only issue is having them set up Business Manager. Most people don't know that you got to use Business Manager. So if they don't have their Business Manager set up, then you got to go in there and set it up for them, and they got to give you the password and everything. Just get it all done, and then have them change the password, you know, and give yourself access. And then you always get access as advertiser on the ad account and admin on the page, so that you can answer messages and posts. So it'll include some messages depending if it's something that they're not aware of. But if it's anything specific that's about the niche, then you just let them handle that.
Are you enjoying it? Because you look stressed out, mate.
Who, me? Oh, no, I'm actually really sick.
Oh, yeah? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I had the liver transplant, so I mean.
Oh my God, did you? Sorry.
Yeah, that was I had a liver transplant 8 years ago, and it's been hitting me hard, dude. Like
8 years ago.
Yeah.
You didn't just have it then, did you?
No, it's got a lifespan.
Okay.
So the lifespan's about 10 years. So I'm at the 9-year mark. So now I'm starting to get all the effects again. So that means I might need another one in a year or so. So
wow.
it's not something that you get for life, you know.
Bloody hell.
A question for you: What tools do you use on your, like, you know, on your landing pages? Are you using like ClickFunnels? Are you using? I have Thrive, I have ClickFunnels, and I have Builderall. That's what I have right now. So for the clients, I only use ClickFunnels because they pay for it. So I mean, I include that in the charge, you know. They pay for ClickFunnels, and then for my personal stuff, I have Thrive for the blog and ClickFunnels for like the sales pages and this and that, you know.
And is that $1,500 per month, or is that for?
Yeah, $1,500 per month, as long as they advertise.
Brilliant. That's great, isn't it, mate? Well done.
Yeah, as long as they advertise, $1,500 per month. If they ever want to pull out, and everything that I build, like I have contracts and stuff in place, everything that I build is mine. It's not theirs.
What about reporting? Like, how often do you report back, like, figures and numbers?
I try to send an update every day, you know. If the campaign's going well, if the campaign's, it takes down like 2 seconds. So
yeah.
I'm gonna introduce my boy Pierre here. Once he gets in here, I'll just let y'all know what he's all about. He's from Canada, and he actually does he sells like equipment to companies that make wine and beer. So he's not really much. He's kind of new to the internet marketing scene, but he's really good, like, you know, business to business kind of guy. So, anyways, that's
cool.
Once he actually gets in here, but yeah. But
that's all right. What have you got coming up then, Phil?
Oh man, I've been working on these recurring stuff, man. I hate what's it called? I'm just tired of $7. For the longest time, I'll be honest, I was stuck in, you know, $7, you know, to whatever the fuck or whatever.
Launch promotions
and stuff, right? Huh?
Launch promotions.
Yeah.
Launches. Yeah.
Old, and I'll be honest, sometimes there's some good ones that come across, because I know not everybody has you know, a lot of money to throw out. Or some people don't even have $47 to throw down on stuff, right? So one thing I am trying to do, that exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to build up YouTube a little bit, because Facebook reach, you know, is good and all that with your existing audience, but it doesn't really, you know, I'm constantly, you know, getting with people that already are in my audience, which is cool. I'm getting a good relationship with them, but why not add YouTube to the mix, since I'm already doing a lot of video marketing, you know? So, so I'm adding that. I was talking to a buddy of mine, you know, Cam Fats or whatever, and he was like, man. He's like, you're already doing reviews anyways, man. Maybe you should do software reviews. I was like, well, I already kind of doing it. He's like, yeah, but maybe you do a channel that's just software reviews. So I might do that, just because I like doing software anyways, and it's a little bit more, it's better than doing $7 lunches. Put it that way.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that, man. Like the $7 thing, like the numbers don't add up for me ever. Like, you know how many times I told you that. Like I run Facebook traffic and Bing traffic and all that, and the numbers don't add up. At $7, I'm never gonna make my money back. It's just gonna be
my thing.
Churn, you know.
My thing is I'm really not focused on paid at all. You know, like other than a couple of solos I run here recently, it's all been free traffic. You know, free traffic from my I say free, but there's free versus harm or whatever.
You spend all day on Facebook.
I was on Facebook, man. Shit, I make money on Facebook, so I'm doing that. You know, what's it called? I'm not perfect at everything yet, but Facebook I've been doing all right. You know, why?
You never get to a point. You never get to a point as a marketer where you're not learning. You know, and if you feel like you're at that point, you're not a good marketer. Yeah. I said before, like I went to that event, I do okay, with what I do, and I learned so much, man. So you're always learning, man. No matter what level you're at, even
that's a fact.
I'm constantly learning, man. Constantly.
You find even people that are doing massive numbers, have massive mentors. I'm not going to go into names, but one person I know, he's paying someone that everyone knows $25K a year for. Is it 10 minutes a month, Richie?
5 minutes. 5 minutes a month. Yes. That's 5 minutes. That's mental. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. They're like, it was like, I was working with Tony Robbins like for a bit last year, and his highest package is a million a year, $1 million a year. But that's a status thing. I'm in the $1 million a year club. I'm like, well, mate.
It's true, man. You get a same I'm being mentored by Tony Robbins. He could tell you the same shit that we're talking about right here. But Robbins. So
the thing is, people don't. I notice one thing is that nobody really thinks about outside, like adding outside services. You know what I'm saying? Like if people are doing product launches, that's all they do. Product launches, then they expect their upsells, to maintain them, but they don't think of adding other avenues like consulting and coaching and moving up into different higher ticket packages. I mean, if you want to get to those crazy numbers, you got to have different tiers, like $1,000 package for a certain customer profile, and then $5,000 package, $10,000 package. You just got to make sure
they don't think about that, though, mate. They don't think about it, do they? They think, because the reason being is they don't think, I've got this customer, I'm going to nurture them, and I'm going to look after them. And they're going to be a repeat customer, and then they're going to be a client. They're like, right, I've got a customer now. I want to get rid of it to make some money out of it, and that's how
I'll go and sell them for $8.
Yeah, that's what they do. They don't think, right, so. I turn that prospect into a customer and customer into a client. They don't think that way. They think prospects to customer and then give it away again.
I used to do that, Mo. And then you learn the value of your leads,
But no one builds a back end, man. I couldn't believe that when 2 years ago when I started off on my own after closing high ticket for a big marketer in the UK. I couldn't believe that no one had their own back end funnel. I was really surprised that. I thought everyone had it, and I think only recently that I think there's this thing where everyone started coaching, didn't they? And then no one could coach then, and it's gone back to, right, we won't bother with doing that. We'll just sort of try and it's gone back to the kind of we give customer gates around in circles. Again, it seems, it's interesting, isn't it?
Bill says, I love doing marketing from a customer service mentality. It's about keeping what you've earned. And, it's right. And I'm guilty of this myself. Even now, sometimes, guys, I'll be honest, sometimes I'm like, you're trying to get new clients, but you already have existing ones. And, and it's just like, you got to get out of that mentality, right?
It's only recent. I'm the same. I've only recently just implemented my backend. I'm working, that I'm working on, And it was a friend of mine, Richie. Basically, he said, why are you getting rid of all them damn leads? Richie's the guy when it comes to back end.
See, when I had my car shop, I had a car shop back in 2000. When I had my shop, I got to my first $1 million within the span of a year because I implemented the back end. Like people would come in for alarm or remote start. Like I did full custom work, so people would come in, alarm or remote start. Okay, let me sell you a membership, which was basically twice a week, like every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, you can come, we'll wash and wax your car. Boom. That was a monthly service. Okay, we installed your alarm. Okay, you need bypass this and that. How about we do a radio setup for you? Now we upsold them. Radio started off at $1,000. Boom. Now once I saw it, like, oh yeah, okay, do the radio. I knew they had some kind of leverage to spend. All right, well, why don't we do your interior, do your seats and do your stuff, do custom engraving, whatever it is. That was another $2 or $3 grand. Boom. If they bought that, then I was like, let's paint the car. Let's give you a custom color. You got a BMW. Let's put a Audi Phantom Black on that. Let's go. And I upsold them there, and that was 10, 15, 20 grand, whatever it was. So I always implemented that. It was a whole process for every customer that came in for a freaking remote start.
Simply by presenting them with an offer.
Exactly.
That's all you had to do. Yeah.
Some people can't afford it. Obviously, I knew that. But then there's going to be that 1% that can. And that's the person that you need, Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing is, there's not many people in this industry that's doing the back end properly. So, and it's really hard to come up with on your own. That's why I obviously work with Richie on my back end, and that's because he's done it, he's got experience in it, You try and work it out for yourself, mate. You're just going to tie yourself up in knots.
Richie's a beast, man. He closed me. I was pissed off, too.
Richie closed you?
Yeah, when he closed me, I was like, this motherfucker closed me.
When was that? When was that?
That was like 3 years ago in the Alex Jeffries coaching program.
What was it?
I was like,
what's your name?
John Marquez.
Yeah, of course I know you. Of course I do.
I was sitting there with my brother, and he was like, dude, he just closed you. I'm like, yeah, he fucking closed me. Yeah, he's good.
I remember that. Was that $3 grand, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that call. I've done 2,000 of those calls now. Mental, innit? Mental, mate.
Yeah, see, when you want someone that does it, just go to people that know,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you grow.
I had some guy named Henry or Harry or some shit. I don't even remember.
That was Harry. Yeah, he was Irish. He was. Yeah, he lives in. He's a really nice guy actually. He lives in. Yeah, he's doing LinkedIn ads now, I think.
I can't really give him. Well, I'm sure he's great and all that, but I can't give him as many props. I was pretty wet behind the ears back then, so it wasn't too. I almost said no, but then of course, it was like, whoa, hey, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I was coming from local. I had like not much experience in digital, so I was coming from local, like from having a car shop and having local businesses to transitioning to digital because of my sickness, So I was like, this guy got me.
What got me, man, is that and I'm sure this is part of the script or whatever, Richie, or whatever. It's like he was like, like the whole what's it called? So why do you think you're good for this program? Why should Alex pick you over other people? Like this motherfucker's having me selling, or what's it called? Is having now I'm selling to him or whatever. Why I'm a good candidate? I was like, damn. I was like, what's up? Reverse good cop, bad cop, good cop. What the hell, man?
This is exactly what I was teaching.
He is good.
Yeah, I wrote that script, mate. Honestly, and it's like, it's the whole takeaways selling technique, and the reason being is because here's an opportunity, because it's an investment with no guarantee of return on it. You've got to structure it like it's an application. And like, I know people that have just got this really wrong when it comes to coaching, and they're just chasing the sales and stuff like that, and they're actually going and approaching people, do you want coaching? It's like, what? You can't do that. How do you know if they want coaching? How do you know where they are in the business? The only way you can do it is to get people to apply, and it's up to them then. Do you know what I mean? So then you can. That's kind of why that process works. But you can't go out and sell it. It annoys me so much. I had it the other day. Hi Richie, do you want coaching? Where are you in your business? Oh, mate, I'm coached on millions.
That was funny, when you showed me the messages.
Yeah.
I've got over 300,000 success stories, he said.
Yeah, this woman said she had 35,000 success stories in 10 coaches. Been doing it 23 months, right? And I said, 35,000 successful students. Come on, get a grip of yourself. Me, I haven't. Yeah, but people, and that's when I feel sorry for newbies. She's going to go and rip people off, right? They'll get a grand out of her, whatever, and say, "Oh, go and watch that video," and it's a bunch of PLR worth $20, and then that's it. But it's it's kind of you just got to research the coach, haven't you? That's what I always tell people. If you've done your research, then the person's credible, and you think it's a good match, then apply. But yeah, it's mad world. But
Yeah,
you've got to know who you are, haven't you, before you can even go approach them for coaching, really.
You do, yeah. You do, yeah. I mean, people get sold the dream and stuff, and sort of sold into it that way. And it's like, you're not forcing it. But then I've done sales for self-help coaches, yeah, where it's a $50,000 package, right? And I've closed them in 42 minutes, right? 42 minutes from Facebook ad to webinar to app form. I got on the phone with them, and then they've paid $50,000 on American Express, and I'm like, fucking hell, went through shit. The first one, I was like, oh my god, shit myself, Oh, shit, man. And then you just realise.
I said to you, didn't I?
Right. Yeah.
I said to you.
Are we live on Facebook?
Am I live on Facebook? No.
Oh, cool. All right, I was checking.
I said to you, Richie, didn't I? I don't need fucking out getting out of bed and told that I need to go for a walk or eat some veg,
Yeah. But those people, man, like, I sold 11 of those, yeah, in 2 weeks, and every single one of them is the same story. That came into money, like lottery win, whatever, like inheritance, like couldn't handle the money because drugs, drinking, whatever, and then they just got to a point where they had to pay someone, a self-help coach, 50 grand, right, for over a period of 6 months to teach them how to live their lives properly. It's really sad when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's terrible.
But I bet you feel better crying in a Ferrari.
There's a subject line. That's awesome.
Yes, that was mental, man.
I'm sorry, I remember.
Mental.
It is though. Come on, man.
Yeah, there we are. But like most people I speak to, mate, they've spent $20,000-$30,000 over 2 years and made nothing. Honestly, most people that I speak to, yeah, that's how much they've spent, and it's quite common. And like, they just bias me.
People that don't focus either, though, because they're like in Phil's group. There's a couple of people that have a certain skill set, and I know they can do well with that skill set. And I've talked to them personally, and I tell them, you got a skill set, use it. I don't know why you're not using it. You can make a lot of freaking money using it. And they're still buying $5 WSOs to find how to make money overnight,
Oh, because that push button one's around the corner, mate, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's definitely there. Yeah, the magic.
It aggravates me, man, because like I take time out of my day to say, because I know this guy's got potential, and I'm like, you got over 30 years, 20 years experience programming, whatever. You can be making, software as a service. You can be making plugins. You can be doing this. Like, you should have 10 launches. I'll help you, like, get the product done. I can't program, get the product done. We'll market it, and that's it.
The thing is, you waste all this time with people for nothing. And then you get to a point, like I got to that point, I just think, I'm sick of helping because people don't value it because it's free.
Yeah. When I first started doing it, I coached 2 people for free, right, to try and get testimonials. I put so much time in them, and they did fuck all, mate. Nothing. And it was like 8 weeks, like 10 hours a week. And I would never, ever do it again. And that's when I realized that's why the coaching is so expensive. Because like they've got to have skin in the game. If you invest in it, then you make damn sure that you're taking action. I know there's a lot of people that get ripped off. I know that, and it's really unfortunate. But like, if you get a good coach, it's still down to you to take action and sort of do it, isn't it? It's like what you're going through now, Phil. You're sort of trying that, and you're making money there and trying that, because I think what you're doing, you're not bouncing from one thing to another. You're creating multiple streams of income for yourself, aren't you? That's what you're doing. Yeah. And that's what you should be doing as an entrepreneur,
I'm doing what I didn't do at the beginning, which is having some recurring income, because that's the best feeling to me, guys. Because I'll fucking do lives, and I used to like pour myself out just to get 10 sales, $7, $10, $17, even $17 sales or whatever, and it's just like, and for what? It's just to build somebody else's list. Like when I'm not that great at marketing myself, so I'm not gonna lose out there. Eventually people are gonna that's gonna die out a little bit, and I did experience that. It was a little burnout. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, well, that little thing here, AWeber here, fucking what is it? So just the monthly recurring stuff, that little stuff adds up, man. A little PLR, membership. I've been doing a lot of that, and then so it's been building up, and then I can go out there and promote a couple software launches, and that stuff is easy, because you don't have to go out there. I think newbies should do that. If they're gonna do reviews, they should do software, because you don't have to go out there and prove that you made $10,000, You know, instead of saying that speaks a lot more than the person that's going out there and just say, oh, my buddy did this. That may work a little bit for me because I have some experience with that stuff, but not so much for the newbie. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to scale it up a little bit more. I'm still not there, I'll be honest, but what's it called? It's getting better, you know. So.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Like, what do you like? Because you've been doing this for a while now, haven't you? And yeah. I got to say as well, mate. I saw your testimonial for Mikey the other day, and it was really good. You come across really well on camera. Like at first, you do come across really well, and it was like I believed in you and trusted you about halfway through it, and I thought I like this guy. You know, because I was looking at it objectively. You come across really well, mate. Really likable. It's good.
I appreciate that, man. I didn't even know what Mike wanted at first, man. I was just like, I don't even know I understood what he wanted other than just like me talking about Facebook Live. So, which is cool, you know, because I hate these. I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all probably in the same ballpark. I hate these polished, even looking, even if it's a legit money, it looks fake because it's so polished. Like if you, you know, Super Affiliate Network #1. There's nothing better than like man, show off your shitty camera, man. Show off your shitty mic. That's what I believe. You know, it showed that you have a cat in the back. I think I would.
Authenticity. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Jennifer, what's up? I don't think she can hear it.
That was embarrassing, isn't
it? Jennifer, she was just doing a makeup thing. She was.
So you're just sort of going YouTube next. Like you're a bit of a Facebook king now. You've got that down, haven't you? So like you're building tribes and different things. Have you got like a Facebook group and how's that keeping them engaged? I find that really hard sometimes.
It's a challenge, man, because you know, of course, there's the thing about like people get tired of seeing just videos. Even though like videos, you know, I'll be giving them good information and whatnot. You know, I promo. I don't give a shit. I work hard on my group, so I promo. You know, I do promo. But at the same time, sometimes you got to take a step back and just stop thinking about your own agenda and just be like, just say stuff people want to listen about. Like for instance, like or just take something that's already popular and just ask people what they think about it. You know, ask them about what's going on in their life. Like one post I put in there was like, hey, what do y'all think about this product? It came out with popular. You know, I don't want to. You know, I don't want to really do a bashing thing because that's not really. I don't really want to do that. You know, I think that just kind of gets into like an angry mob kind of thing. I like to hear it can go that way really quick. And one thing I really don't like is that sometimes people do that without even having the product. You know what I mean? And I don't. And then so people start talking about stuff without the facts, and I don't really want to go down that route because I found myself doing that too. But I found out that people like talking about that in groups, so that's something I'm gonna be doing. Just say, hey, what are your thoughts so far? What's your personal experience with it, right? Instead of theories, you know, what's your personal experience? So that's something that's been kind of cool for groups, you know, what's been working for you, you know. It's so crazy, man. People just love talking about, people love to hear people talk, like me, right? They love talking about AWeber get response. That kind of stuff.
People want, and they're like the underdog. Like I had a Facebook group, it's called the High Ticket of Richie, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing at the time, right? And I was just telling stories about different people and what was relatable. But if you make one mistake, people will leave. If there's one thing that they don't like or something, then you know they'll leave. And what I was finding was, the more value you deliver and the more relatable it is to your audience, then the sales will find you. And that's what was happening. I didn't make any money out of that group for the first 3 months, and then all of a sudden people started asking me for this and asking me for that. And they will find you, like come for you eventually. It's just hard to keep it going. That's all, isn't it? It's hard to think of new stuff like what am I going to talk about this week? Talk about everything. Like remember Dale and Delilah Taylor, the Facebook Live like every day for 2 years. What? Like, give it a rest, man. What are you going to talk about today? You know, like that's hard.
You know what though, man? I'm such a fuck that I talk about, you know, my life. You know, like I started off in dating, and that's what got me into making money online. You know,
really,
it's only relevant, right? You start getting good. I started getting dating and started getting healthy, and like, what's the other part? It's wealth, right? I didn't like my job. You know, I didn't like it at all. So I started, you know, I was like, well, I had success with that other stuff, and I couldn't quite crack the marketing. That I was like, why can't it? That didn't sound right, but it was called I couldn't quite figure it out, you know. But some of the stuff is related. A lot of the stuff is relatable. If you look at it in your brain, you know, and have a little bit more patience, it might not come easily, you know. But yeah,
It's just a case of not chasing a sale, man. That's where people go wrong. Just chase a sale and they don't really look after customers, and you know that's I find it quite sad sometimes. Just want the money, and it's if you look after your customers, just get to know them and find out what they want, what they don't want, and what they want to see next. They'll come back. They will. You know, they already trust you anyway. So I think that's the secret.
It gets hard to do that when you scale, though. I used to when I first started out, I used to make so much time for customers. You'd message me, I'd sit and talk with them, I'd spend time with them. But when your customer base starts growing, mate, your Facebook goes insane. I showed Phil my marketing Facebook account the other day, yeah, and it was just like 500 messages on there, like 7 million notifications. You just can't do that. It becomes impossible, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. That's a damn good point. And you know what, man? There's a fine line too. There's a fine line too, you know, because at the same time, if you ain't made any sales, man, make that first one, and then you can kind of lay off. I think, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes customers just need especially if it's like a higher ticket. If you're chasing somebody for $7, it ain't fucking worth it, unless you ain't never sold anything before, you know. So I think there's that, you know. But if it's $1,000 sale, then yeah, maybe you put the extra effort. Maybe you're just like, or you can like flip the script, kind of like Henry did on my ass, and just have them sell to you, right? Hot chick, right? So I think there's something to that, you know. So, but yeah.
See, I think when a Facebook group gets that big, man, it's time to segment into a different group that's for people that pay a certain premium, you know. That way you can service those people that paid that higher premium and paid for your time versus just sending your time to everybody in that big group. I mean, that's how
I like you. You're always looking for the upsell, man. You're always looking for the upsell, aren't you? That's he loves it, doesn't he?
You don't know. I'm a hustler.
I got a launch on the 31st about Facebook groups, honestly. With Dave Furr and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was my buddy, man.
Yeah, he's cool, isn't he?
That's my brother from another mother.
Coming out on
the
week Halloween. What's it called?
Oh, yeah.
No, man, all these other people, even me, talking about Facebook and all this stuff. And then, meanwhile, Homeboy has about 27,000 people in their Facebook.
27,000. Yeah.
It's like marketing.
That takes all his time. That does. He does really well. It's like arbitrage and furniture, and he does. Yeah, it's going really well for him. So, but he's been out of the IM game for about 6 months, I think. So he's just sort of getting back in, getting his feet wet with that. So, who have we got in the room then? I haven't been on Hangouts for ages. It's alright, isn't it?
Old school.
And then I figured I'd get on here because Facebook, you can't have people talk back to Zoom as well. But like I said, I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel too. It'll start off here. I'll get better at it. Eventually, I want to be able to do some Marquez, but I can't do that.
I'm testing something new. I'm actually going to start running Twitter ads.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that don't fucking work, mate.
Well, I got a hook. So just wish me luck.
Give it a shot, man. Let us know what happens.
Yeah, I wanna test it with a hook because I just want to see if I can get any subscribers with it. I mean, I did the Instagram. Instagram was I dropped $5,000 and like I wanted to kill someone, you know.
How come I only got 3 out of you then when Soldier and Alex? I'm shaking.
But no, like it didn't work out. I ended up doing shout outs, which was basically someone else promotes for you and puts up a post and you pay for the hour or for 8 hours, however long it is. Now the thing with that is the higher influencers, they charge you an arm and a leg. Like there was one guy who was charging $1,000 for 8 hours and he had like 3 million fan base, right? Which is fine. But the issue with Instagram is for a niche like I am, I can get the same results running a Facebook ad and better results versus paying an influencer. Why? Because if an influencer does a post and I see it on my phone, now remember it's all mobile. I see it on my phone. I have to click on their post to go to their page. Then from their page, click on their link, which goes to my page. Now from my page, they have to click on my link to go to the opt-in. That's 3 to 4 steps.
And then fill
Meanwhile,
the form.
Meanwhile, on an Instagram ad, when my ad shows up, they click on that, they go straight to the landing page. So like, all these people were selling this like buy shout outs and do this and that, and like I gave it a real test run. Like I was like, this was in personal development. I just started bought from like 5 or 6 different people. I was like, let's see if this shit really works.
Yeah.
Did not. It was a complete waste of time. Meanwhile, I did the same thing on Facebook, and I started getting leads right away. So I was just like, it's bullshit, you know?
Bloody hell. That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, you
I
just
think
saved me
it
some money
probably,
there.
Go ahead.
Oh, that was me talking. I don't know. This thing's not working.
I can hear you.
Don't worry.
We can hear you,
I
Jennifer.
can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your niche, really. With the
E-com.
influencers,
Yeah, e-com. That's
that's
really
the
all it's for.
only, you know, like it's got to be like one thing that way it'll go viral. You know, like maybe I could do it with my makeup stuff, but I wouldn't recommend anybody else doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, with those kind of products.
And the demographic. I mean, if you look at Instagram's demographic, it's 70% female.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, it's going to be female-related products.
Yeah.
So now, on top of that, has to be something that has a really high viral factor to cause someone to click 4 times and get to the link. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really tough doing it that way. Can it work for a really viral product? Yeah, but you have to test out and make sure you got a viral product, you know?
Like, I think I don't know, it's hair extensions this girl made or whatever, and it happened for her, you know? But that was something, I don't know what she did special about them, but she's always running those ads, or somebody's running her like that's going to be a great idea to do that, but it's like, her niche is so small, like, and it's going to impact so many people. Yeah, that's going to work, but it's not going to work with every product.
Well,
it's surely not going to work
product,
with marketing.
That tea product, there was like some fitness tea that came out. This was
yes.
when the hashtags actually worked, because last year they killed the hashtags. So anything that had like those viral hashtags, like makeup porn and like, you know, those types of hashtags got killed. So if they started with a product like that and they actually ran hashtags, yeah, you'd get really good results. After the hashtag kill, I mean, there's really no other way to do it, either running Instagram ads through Facebook or buying shout outs, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
How are you getting leads at the minute then, Jennifer?
Huh?
How are you getting leads at the minute then?
Organically.
Mostly, you do a lot of Facebook. You do Facebook Live and you do, Instagram. Are you building up a Instagram presence, or is it that kind of new?
Well, I mean, I have a small one, not much, but I do have some friends that have bigger ones, and they kind of do stuff, but mainly organic, just in groups and like, you know, direct sales groups and stuff like that, to get them away from that, so that, you know, if they want to do marketing. But that's such a slow going thing, because most of them are broken. Most of them have no desire for self-development or personal development. So
what's the customer avatar? What's the age range and gender?
You know, I try, well, probably 20 to 45. That's what I run my ads about, that age range, and that's pretty close to what the demographics are in there.
Are you this is for a physical product that you're selling?
Well, I do makeup, but no, I do digital marketing too, and I'm an affiliate with that.
All right,
I wouldn't consider, I don't know.
What kind of, like, okay, like, what I'd ask you then about that, is I remember I had a coaching client, and she said, I'm a single mum, so I want to appeal to single mums. And I was like, they ain't got any fucking money. They haven't. So like, I know it's like a nice idea and it's credible and stuff, but like, that was the thing that we sort of found with that. I mean, every now and again she'd sort of land a client with a rich husband, but it was wasn't very often. Like, but yeah, so it depends what your back end is, though, isn't it? You clearly know what your customer demographic is, so it's working.
Yeah, and you know, I started going into the, you know, the entrepreneur groups, and then kind of friending people from Gary V's page and Tony Robbins' page, and, you know, Eric Orr, people that obviously went a little above and beyond, you know, but yet still haven't met like gurus and stuff that actually gurus, whatever. You know, so they still need the help. There's just so many people that have no clue what they're doing. It's like zero, not even 5%, like zero.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't have any desire to do that. They say they do, but
Yeah, they're just all buyers, man. But we need buyers, don't we? Do.
yeah, it's all about Ty Lopez. If we all just did that, I mean, that all really, you invest in some cars in the house, and that's how Ty Lopez. I don't know if that was his real house, whatever.
Well,
I don't
it's
care.
the demographic though. Like his target demographic is 18 to 30. Like that's his perfect market right there. Why? Because it's millennials. Besides that, we know that. But besides that, they're interested in the overnight, you know, I'm a Facebook millionaire type of story, you know? So seeing the fast cars, seeing the fast women, seeing the houses and all that stuff, it's just the lifestyle they're selling. Like perfect point. When I ran an Instagram, I ran a lifestyle page. So my Instagram has 300 followers. I got those followers in 7 days because it was all lifestyle stuff, Lamborghinis and blah. And I just did it to test
Selling the dream, man. Selling the dream.
Sell the dream. That's all it is.
And that's what everybody tells me. Everybody tells me that, and it's just like I don't know if I can. You know, if I actually had to get on the phone with them, I don't know how successful I would be at straight lying to them.
Give me a ring. I'll sort it out for you.
You don't straight lie.
Yeah.
You don't lie. What do you mean? What do you mean lying?
Well, oh, okay. Yeah, you can't work 5 hours a day and make 6 figures within 2 months. You just can't. In general. With like zero capital, you know, or $1,000 cap, you know.
You've got to have working capital. Even if you're making a product, you've got to have capital there.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's a business at the end of the day. You can't like open a fish and chip shop with no money, can you?
Exactly. And they don't get that either. And that's what I say when they say, "Oh my gosh, you have to pay for this training or whatever." You know, I'm like, okay, just to start a real job, you know, nursing, you know, I had to pay for a background check, for scrubs, for shoes, for, you know, my not even counting my licensing and education. And then like to be a teacher, my gosh, I spent half what I made even doing all that with my classroom and stuff. And so I try to put it in perspective for people like that. And they're like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Law enforcement makes you pay for everything. When I was in the police force, I spent $3,000 in gear. They did not give me that gear. When I got my canine, the dog food, health checks, everything, that was on me. They didn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and they don't cover it at all. You don't get it back. It's not a tax write-off, nothing. It's like you pay for this, and this is going to be your job. This is what you're going to do, and you need it. You need your firearm. Okay, the firearm's going to cost you $600. There you go. Boom.
That was the upsells, mate. You got upsold, mate. You got upsold hard, didn't you? That's what happened.
I mean,
walking around with 15 guns.
The state that I lived in, law enforcement makes $100,000 starting. You know, like
what?
Where? New Jersey. In New Jersey,
although I guess it's more expensive to live there.
But law enforcement in New Jersey, in 4 years, you top out at 109, and then if you have any kind of rank, you go all the way up. Like one of my friends is a captain over there, and he makes $250,000. You know, as a freaking officer in an office.
I don't even know if our sheriff makes that much money here.
Yeah, in New Jersey.
What's the difference between a sheriff and a police then? What's the difference?
Well, you can go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's about
nobody knows.
No, it's about jurisdiction.
Yes, we do.
Like in New Jersey, for example, in New Jersey we have the county, which is the sheriff, Essex County Sheriff.
Yes.
So they cover a specific county. Now you have state police, which covers the entire state. Their jurisdiction is anywhere. Then you have municipal, which is what I was, which is per living location. So if I got into it with the sheriff had more jurisdiction over me, meaning that he could come and take over.
They're over a bigger area, but that's a
see.
Sheriff's deputy.
Mm-hmm.
The actual sheriff is the boss of the deputies.
Exactly.
You know, and he's I don't know if everywhere, but they are elected into office.
Yes. Yep.
So
they're elected into by county. Yep.
You got some super stuff going on over there.
I haven't had very many good experiences with law enforcement.
So what do y'all all do? Mostly internet marketing?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Local stuff. I do a lot of local.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I said I do a lot of local. I'm just getting into the digital stuff now.
Like local ads for businesses and stuff?
Yeah, like local advertising besides Facebook and traffic, actual direct mail, media kits, advertising, just regular stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of what I want to do because I don't, I'm doing the affiliate stuff to, get, I don't know. I just can't handle all those people. I'm just not like a salesperson all day like that. They ask too many questions. I've always been a soft sell person.
I launch products.
You launch products?
Yeah, so
like what kind of products?
I've got a theme called Pro Starter Theme. 30,000 website views, 6,000 users, and then I've launched other digital products, and I'm a good affiliate as well, basically. Yeah.
So you're a pretty big deal?
The law hates him, that's for sure.
I'm humble.
You're humble.
Not ego driven.
Where are you from?
Like most people. Me, Liverpool.
Where?
Liverpool, where the Beatles are from.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beatles.
I don't sing as good as them, but yeah.
And you are from Australia?
Me?
Yeah.
No, well, I'm from London, love.
Oh,
Live in
no,
Cardiff.
that makes sense. I get them confused sometimes.
So I get that a lot. Don't worry about it. I'm from London. I do like high ticket stuff and sales training and back end stuff and coaching and stuff like that.
So it's your products?
Sorry?
Your products, or are you affiliate?
No, I don't launch any products. Right, I'm not an affiliate. So what I do is
That's what I figured.
Yeah, so I sort of I go into businesses and I teach them how to set up back end funnels. Mm-hmm. So so you've got a front end funnel, you've got OTOs and stuff like that, and then anything over $500 to $50,000, then I go and help them set that up, set up that funnel.
Okay. You really undersold that. You're a ninja at it, man. You've closed yourself. Basically, when it comes to doing your back end and you want it done properly, he's the guy you call. Yeah.
Pretty much a consultant.
A very humble explanation, that, Richie.
A bit embarrassed. Yeah, but that's all I can do. That's all I know I can do. I can't sell a $7 product to save my life. I can't. Honestly, I'll tell you what, right? I did like first time I sold a $7 product, right? I closed 10 grand in high ticket sales that day, yeah. And I was more excited about a $7 sale, right, than I was about the 10K. I didn't give a fuck about the 10K. I was like, I got a customer on my auto. Huh?
It's a new skill. You're like, yes, I've done it, nailed it, Yeah.
And then like on the left there, yeah, did 1.something million, and then did my first launch, right? I did 78 customers, man. It bombed, mate. It was terrible. It was so bad. And then launch after that bombed. And launch after that bombed as well. Shit.
Everyone has a few bad ones at the start, though, man. No, I don't. Very rare someone jumps in and it's like 1,000 front ends on the first go. And I went straight because you've got a good JV manager.
I went straight into high ticket, mate. I went straight into high ticket, yeah. And so I came in it the wrong way around, right? And after a while, I thought, fuck this $7 bullshit. Like, this is crap. How much have I made this week, right? How much have I made in total, right? In selling products on the internet? $2,000, yeah. Bollocks, going back to high ticket. So that's what I did. Just didn't like it. Bullshit. But I'm launching in a couple of months to get back into it. So, yeah. So, but I do I've got evergreen funnels as well. So I set up evergreen funnels, yeah, which is like a lead magnet. It goes into a $7 offer and then a $34 offer and then a $497 offer. And like you've got to like tweak the funnels and stuff, and it's evergreen. Just throw solo ads into the squeeze page, and throughout the funnel you've got to split test it to make sure they all convert at 25%, at 35%. So I send 1,000 clicks from solo ads here to squeeze page, and then through the autoresponder sequence, get $6,000 out the back of it at the end of the month. Conversion. So it's building,
that's amazing.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing with Andy, mate. Andy Brockhurst.
You need an intern?
Genius. Sorry? Need an intern?
You need an intern?
I'm like, yeah. Once you get it right, it's just like it's really good,
That's awesome.
That's cool. So like the $7 offer and the 34, that pays for the traffic, and you make your money on the 497.
Right.
That's how it works.
Cool.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to get it right.
Love testing. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to cut it off.
Numbers, man, all numbers.
I have to cut it off. I appreciate everybody coming on. Sorry, Jennifer, you came in a little bit later, but I just want to thank you. I thought it'd be cool to come on here. I'm glad everybody showed up.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Michael, Pierre, Richie, I appreciate John. All right, but yeah, I think I'll do this every once in a while. I think it'd be cool. Maybe if I get more people, I'll probably do like a Zoom thing or something.
Well, are we not good enough for you? Is this not enough people, mate? What do you mean?
I didn't say that. I just said if we get more people. That's all. That's
Hey,
all.
you've got a
No
good
one turn
mix
up
in
next
here,
week, right? No one turn up next week, and we'll go in the rain room, mate.
I've been a bit of a podcast, and I haven't gotten the higher version of Zoom. So
We'll call it Uncle Phil's Outcasts.
Yeah.
I'm calling them my marketing misfit. Pretty much, that's what I would say. So.
Hey, yeah. Don't throw out names. I might steal one. Go ahead.
All right, guys. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I gotta go. Spend time.
Nice meeting you guys.
All right.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.